President Trump vows to follow through on his threat to impose tariffs on European nations who oppose his demand to take control of Greenland. A former top advisor to the US president tells the BBC that Trump won't be able to force Greenland to change ownership. That's coming up on Business Today.
Greenland is an independent country, was part of NATO, and I think you've got NATO soldiers, NATO commanders in Greenland. So I think Greenland will stay Greenland.
Australia's parliament is set to pass sweeping new gun laws and a national firearm buyback scheme designed in the wake of the Bondi beach attack. And Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi gambles on a snap election just 3 months after taking office.
Thousands of people across the U.S. are gathering to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. From Long Beach in California to right here in Washington, D.C., communities across the U.S. marched to celebrate the civil rights leader on what would have been his 97th birthday. The federal holiday was created in 1983 after a 15-year campaign. The day encourages Americans to engage in community service while reflecting on Dr. King's legacy. Now, China's birth rates are now at a record low after population numbers fell for the 4th consecutive year. The latest numbers reveal a 17% decline in registered births in China last year. It's the lowest number of babies born in the country since records started in 1949. China is now facing a demographic crisis with an aging population, low marriage rates, and a slow economy. In recent years, Beijing started offering payouts and taxing contraception to encourage more people to have children.
The U.S. Justice Department says it is investigating an incident in St. Paul, Minnesota, in which anti-ICE protesters disrupted a church service. One of the church's pastors is a local immigration official. On X, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said attacks against law enforcement and the intimidation of Christians are being met with the full force of federal law. The UK is considering a social media ban for some teenagers like the one recently implemented in Australia. A consultation's been launched on children's social media use, including a possible age limit and more guidance for schools. The government says it will examine evidence from around the world, with ministers set to visit Australia. Last month, it became the first country to block social media for under-16s. A surfer has been bitten by a shark in the 4th attack along Australia's New South Wales coastline in under 48 hours. The man suffered minor cuts in the incident near Crescent Head on Tuesday morning. 2 boys aged 11 and 12 were attacked in separate incidents in Sydney, and another man suffered life-changing injuries while surfing. People have been warned to stay out of New South Wales waterways, which have become a nutrient-rich magnet for sharks after heavy rains.
Tonight at 6, France's President Macron issues a stark warning over Donald Trump's threats of further trade tariffs against opponents of his Greenland plan.
It's as well a shift towards a world without rules, where international law is trampled.
Overnight, President Trump took to social media to attack the UK, to leak private messages from world leaders, and to paint maps of Greenland and Canada in the US flag. President Trump is expected to speak shortly. This is the scene in the briefing room at the White House tonight. Also on the programme, the government gives the go-ahead to a controversial, huge new Chinese embassy in central London, despite fears it might be a security risk.
David, what's your reaction to Brooklyn's statement?
And no comment from Sir David Beckham over his son's claims of a family feud. Is this a picture of family harmony or not?